your right hand for us, please. Thank you. You solemnly state that the testimony you make here in the cause nothing before this court should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Please take a seat in the witness stand right over there. Please adjust the microphone and tell us your first name. Tell us your name, then spell it for the record.
Terell Ephron, Terell Ephron.
Is this no station? We'll try to speak into the microphone. All right, Mr. Przelomiec, the floor is yours.
Morning, or good afternoon. Do you have a man seated at the table in the tan jacket?
Yes.
What's his name?
Rocky.
Identifying Mr. Mayor.
Rakim Mayor.
And do you know him by any other nicknames?
I used to have Rocky. Lago.
How did you first meet him?
In high school, we grew up together.
How old were you, do you think, when you first met him?
Probably like 17, 18.
When you first met him, was he a well-known, famous rapper?
No.
I want to jump ahead to November 6th, 2021, the date of this incident. Do you remember approximately, or do you remember how old you were that day?
Excuse me?
How old were you on the day that this happened? Do you remember?
Probably 33, 32.
Okay. Would it be fair to say you knew him about maybe 15 years at that point?
Yes.
Over the 15 years that you knew him, were the two of you friends?
Yeah.
Can you describe the closeness of your relationship to him?
The whole 15 years?
Yeah, over the course of your relationship, sort of how it started and then how close you were throughout the 15 years.
Well, I mean, we started a collective ASAP, which is a bunch of, how would you call it, like a bunch of people from New York that got different down nerves.
It's okay. Just take a minute. Take a couple deep breaths. The relationship that you're describing in high school, were the two of you close friends? Like, would you see him every day, or was this sort of a friendship where you knew of him but didn't really know him?
No, we knew each other. We knew each other. We knew each other very well. I mean, it was probably like 6 or 7 of us. Probably like 4 of them was rappers.
Do you think you'd see him every day?
Up until he got famous, yeah.
Okay.
Like a little bit until he got famous.
How long do you think you knew him before? I know it's hard to peg down exactly when someone becomes famous, but about how long do you think you knew him before he became famous?
7 years.
And over that 7 years, it was a regular occurrence that you would be with him almost every day, correct?
Yeah.
Would you describe him at that time, the beginning of your relationship, as someone that was like a brother to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you started to tell us about ASAP. What does ASAP stand for?
It means a lot of different things, but always strive to prosper.
were you a member of ASAP?
Yes.
Within ASAP, did you have a nickname that you went by?
Yeah, Relli.
Was that something that started when you were in high school?
Yeah.
What year of high school, if you remember? Like, were you a junior, a senior?
Oh, it was like a senior.
Did you know someone by the name of Elijah Elanger?
Yes.
Was he also a member of ASAP?
Yes.
Did he have a nickname that he went by in ASAP?
ASAP Illz.
I'm going to ask to mark my next exhibit.
10.
10. Do you recognize the person depicted here in People's 10?
Yeah.
And who's that?
Elijah.
Okay. Is it easier for you to refer to him as Elijah, Illz? How do you want to refer to him?
Illz.
Illz? Okay. Was he one of the kind of original members of ASAP?
Yeah.
How would you describe for the jury your relationship or your closeness with Elijah or Illz?
I mean, it was pretty good up until the incident.
Would you, up until the incident, would you have considered him a close friend of yours?
Yeah.
Was he someone that you would talk to on a regular basis?
Yeah, I talked to him the night before the incident. I was at his house actually.
Okay. Would it fair to say, kind of up until the day of that incident, you've known him maybe approximately 15 years too?
Yeah, just
Do you know someone by the name of Jamel Phillips?
yeah.
And is he also a member of ASAP?
Yeah.
What, if any, nicknames does he go by?
He's at Przelomiec.
And my next exhibit.
Is anybody having trouble here? Everybody's okay? You're having some trouble?
Yeah.
Mr. Ephron, could you try to speak up a little bit,
Yeah.
please?
I'm in our People's 11 year.
Yes. What is it?
It's a one-page document, a single photograph, depicting two people. Mr. Ephron, showing you the person on the left in this photograph. Do you recognize who that is?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Jamel, 12 weeks.
And kind of like the same question with Illz, what's the easiest way for you to refer to him?
I was never really that cool with him.
No, I mean, as we're talking about the different people involved in this, how do you want me to refer to him? Do you want me to call him 12? Do you want me to call him Jamel?
12 weeks.
Okay, 12. And the person who's next to him in this photograph, do you recognize that person?
Yeah, that's Rocky.
All right. You said regarding 12 that you were not as close to him, correct?
Is that yes?
Yes.
How would you put it in your own words, how would you describe your relationship with 12 prior to the incident?
I mean, there was never no problems, but I never wasn't that cool with him. Like, we really didn't interact that much.
Would you,
He wasn't like
somewhere?
He came kind of like later, so like I really wasn't like chilling with him or chilling with anybody who came after the fact. It was ASAP.
Okay. So what you're describing is kind of you and the defendant and Illz had known each other longer, and then 12 came after that core group was formed.
Yeah, so me, Jabari, Illz, and Rocky pretty much started ASAP. And
Okay.
anybody else who came after, if they wasn't like genuinely like trying to better themselves or do something other than like fooling around, kind of distance myself.
Okay.
That
Is
makes
that,
sense.
you mentioned the name Jabari. Who's Jabari?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
What's his name?
Jabari. That's the name. ASAP Bari.
Okay. Does he have any other nicknames in your life?
Young Lord?
Would he also have been considered part of the ASAP collective that you described?
Oh, yeah.
Within that collective of members of ASAP, were all the people that were members, were they all rappers?
No.
What were some of the other pursuits that members of ASAP would also pursue?
Fashion, producing, anything involved with like culture, really.
What, were you a rapper?
No.
What was your contribution to the group?
I was a manager. Not of ASAP, but I created my own company.
What was the name of your company?
Shut Up.
And when you say you were a manager, what does that mean?
I was scout for talent, like I had producers, I had artists. I helped actual ASAP members with stuff.
So the managing that you're talking about is all related to the music industry,
Yes.
correct? And you're saying you would try to find people who are talented at different areas within music, like rapping or producing, correct?
Yeah.
And would you try to help get them projects?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. The person that you refer to as Jabari, did you also refer to him as Bari?
Yeah. Yeah, Bari.
So if we say Jabari or Bari, we're talking about the same person?
Yes.
That person, Jabari, how close were you to him?
I would say we both, yeah.
Was he someone that you would see on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Did you have problems in the time that you knew him with him specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Is that no?
No.
Okay. Were you with Jabari the day before this incident on November 5th of 2021?
Yes, I was.
That day, November 5th, where in the country were you with Jabari?
We actually missed a flight. We were supposed to go to Chicago, but we was in LA.
Okay. So the whole time you're with him, you're in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Did you live in Los Angeles at the time?
No.
What state did you live in November of 2021?
New York.